Hi everyone, Rox here. Roxanne Higgins, the Growth and Joy Alchemist, if you didn't already know that. So today I want to talk about how procrastination is often disguising old trauma. And when you see that and figure out how to move through it, it can be a game changer, both in healing and in growth. So I'm telling this story whilst in the middle of it, if that makes sense. So I should have packed to go on holiday today, and it's 7, I can't see the time now, 7, 7:30, and I still haven't. I haven't been deliberately procrastinating, but I've become aware that I've done so many other things that probably weren't as important. Not deliberately. It's not deliberate avoidance, but there's avoidance there. As much as I'm excited to go on holiday, the issue is, I've realised, it's leaving my 16-year-old daughter. She's mega excited. She didn't want to come away with me. She wanted to be home and have the house to herself. Absolutely fine, get that. But I realised what's triggering me is almost a year ago, we just got back from a long weekend away and I was rushed into hospital. So I've probably told this story many times before, but different angles come up. And I didn't expect to be staying in. Anyway, I stayed in for 6 weeks, on and off, but I'd left her. I say on and off because I was in and then I was out and then I got rushed back in a couple of times. So the most traumatic part of that wasn't being in hospital. It wasn't the major emergency surgery. It wasn't all the little complications leading up to that, or that followed that. The most traumatic part was being separated from her. Oh, I'm getting all emotional thinking about it again. I'm letting that come up because it's got to come up and out. That's healing in itself, the release. It was being separated from her and feeling like I'd left her abandoned, maybe, or at least in the lurch, because we hadn't even unpacked not properly from being away for the weekend, and I rather had let lots of tasks mount up, little everyday tasks mount up, because I'd been unwell in the follow-up, preceding that, not really realising, and things had become more unmanageable than I'd realised. So we were in contact, obviously a lot, and there were other people that rallied round after her and me, but the fact that I hadn't prepared her because I didn't know, I couldn't. So that I've realised that that's what's come up for me today. You could sometimes I call that trigger stacking, because it's not just this version of me that's triggered, it's that past version of me, and possibly other versions if I was to dig a bit deeper subconsciously. So it's not just you in the now that's triggered, it's those other versions. That's why it comes up and it feels like fear and it feels like you're unsafe and crazy feelings like that when all you're trying to do is pack a suitcase. That just sounds crazy, doesn't it, when you put it like that? So yeah, I'm moving through that. Even just voicing it helps, actually. And the way I'm moving through that, just to help anyone else, it might not be around packing or going away. It could be anything that if you realise you're procrastinating over something, is it Is there something in your past that's stopping you, that's making it feel unsafe? Your subconscious mind works in crazy ways, or clever ways, really. And its main focus is to keep you safe. So it may keep you stuck in the process until you realise what's going on under the surface. But yeah, its primary job is to keep you safe. So moving through it. Moving through it, I could and might do a belief coding session on it to heal that past version of me. But at the moment, I'm sending her lots of love. I'm telling her that she did what she had to do to survive, letting go of any guilt around that. Not being the mother that see, I'm getting emotional again. That I wanted to be, that I could be, that I am. It's different now. I'm telling myself it's different now. It's safe now. And we're doing things differently. So yeah, a little pep talk is what I'm doing. And I may well do a belief coding session on myself. And if I do, I'll come back and do another video just so that you can see the difference, because it does take the emotional charge out of things. And obviously, if that's something you want to talk about or you want some help with, reach out. I'll put the details down below, because it's fantastic just to take that emotional charge out. But what I will do first is I will recalibrate my energy. So at the moment, my energy is probably calibrated to feeling unsafe, unsure, a bit nervous, a little bit stuck. So I will calibrate to how I want to feel instead. And the way I do that is to talk myself through it. So how do I want to feel instead? I want to feel ready. I want to feel organised. I want to feel excited, excited and prepared. So I'll talk to myself for about 2 minutes. Actually, I could do that now, couldn't I? So the way to calibrate your energy is to decide how you want to feel and to talk about how that looks and feels. So I am calibrating. What am I calibrating to in one word? I'm calibrating to being ready. So being ready feels like being prepared. It feels like being organised. It feels like having all the right things in all the right places. It feels like that suitcase is packed and sat by the door ready to go. It feels like everything else is in order. It feels like excitement. It feels like fun. It feels like, I'm going to keep going for about 2 minutes, by the way. It feels like assuredness. It feels safe. It feels like I'm going on an adventure. Yes, it feels like possibility. It feels like growth and joy for both of us. It feels like looking forward to the holiday, but also looking forward to coming back and sharing notes about what we've both been doing. So reconnecting, it feels like reconnecting after feeling ready. Feeling ready feels like sort of motivated to get going. It feels like success, actually. So when it's all done and dusted, it feels like success. There'd be that sense of achievement. It'd be I feel relaxed. I feel content. I feel excited. I keep saying that word, don't I? I feel excited. Can you see and feel the difference in my energy having just recalibrated it? I don't know if that was a full 2 minutes or not, but I already feel like, yes, I've got this. I can do this, because I've just talked about it for long enough to switch my feelings round. So that's powerful. So possibly doesn't need a belief coding session at this point, because I've gone through other emotions. I've talked it through. I've processed it. I've called it out for what it is, because another thing it could be, the reason it's come up now, is not just because of what's going on. It could be a little bit of SSS. So you may have heard me talk about this before. It's a secret subconscious saboteur. which comes up. So things you think you might have healed come up again when you're about to get to your next best level or break through your own glass ceiling. And that's because your subconscious is going, oh, we don't know this, therefore it's unsafe. It likes to keep you in the familiar because it knows that to be safe. Anything new, it doesn't know. It doesn't know it's safe. So therefore, it'll pull you back somehow. It'll bring up old wounds. And often I hear people say, but I've done so much work on that already. It can't be that. It can, because it's a lot easier when you have done work on it already. It's just because it's trying to hold you back from something that's new to you, that you're about to have a success in. So yeah, I'm doing sort of, what am I doing? I'm breaking my own glass ceilings in my own growth and shadow work, and sort of up leveling some things in my business that might not be visible outward at the moment, but I am doing a lot on those things behind the scenes that have come up quite naturally. So this could be to stop me and block me there, because it could also, I'm doing the 30-day story adventure, so it could have stopped me from doing this video or a video, and therefore I would have felt a bit, not like a failure, because I wouldn't allow that, but I could feel a bit rubbish that I'd not done that today, when it was something I'm enjoying and something that I'm experimenting with and being playful around. And then it would have felt like, I suppose it would have felt a bit like a failure, like, oh, I couldn't do that and I haven't done that. And yeah, so it could have stopped me from doing that, as well as sort of other things. So yeah, also be aware of SSS, and then just think, if you've got something that you're on the verge of success with, that's why it's showing up now. That's why that old wound feels like it's reopening. Work through it, reach out, reseal that wound, give it lots of love, integrate it, integrate the shadow, heal that version of you that's crying out for it perhaps. And like I say, if you want help with that, I will pop the details down below this video, and we can talk. I'll leave it there for today. Interested to hear if you notice the difference in my energy when I calibrated that differently. But yeah, I'll speak to you all soon.